What is going on, everybody? It is me, it is I, and today I want to talk about something that I hold very dear to my heart: short form content. Now, a couple of years ago, I watched way too much short form content. I watched both YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels multiple times a day, like for hours. My screen time back then was insane. I couldn't I genuinely wouldn't do anything if it wasn't screen related, which was horrible for me, right? And yeah, today I just want to talk about the effects of short form content like Instagram Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, and how it ruins your brain and takes away your swag. First off, it is the absolute worst thing that you can do with your time. Genuinely, it is there is no other worse waste of time apart from probably gooning or doing heroin or meth that is worse than fucking YouTube shorts or Instagram videos. And I'm not joking. You absorb nothing from the content that you're watching. You're like a sponge. You basically just sit there and scroll like a little good boy for Zuck. And sure, yeah, it's fun. I still scroll for like 30 minutes to an hour a day before I go to bed, right? And I send a couple of reels here and there to my friends because they do it all the time. And I genuinely don't want to watch them. Sure, yeah, they're funny. I get it. Though the majority of the shit that gets posted on Instagram Reels is fucking retarded, and I genuinely don't know how it slips through on the platform. That's besides the point. Long story short, it does nothing beneficial for you. It wastes your time and it benefits a bunch of people that you don't know and you won't know. Uh, so we can move on to the next point. The next point is it looks really fucking stupid. I don't know how it is in American schools or British schools because that's where I suppose most of my audience comes from because I speak in English. But supposedly, right, let's just say that I live in Eastern Europe and the situation here isn't great. There are points throughout the class where people, good students even sometimes, just open their phones and start scrolling in subjects that matter. In subjects that don't matter, half the class is on their phone and scrolling shorts or TikTok or reels or playing fucking Block Blast or Brawl Stars. Games that are the definition of fucking brain rot. And listen, this is coming from a little bit of a privileged perspective for me because in the classes where I have nothing to do, I play Puyo Puyo Tetris and Majora's Mask 3D. And I get it, no, but some people don't have the money to afford a 3DS. I get it. I had my shit since I was 5, so I'm in a pretty lucky position. But at the end of the day, that's not an excuse to do nothing in class. Okay, you are in school. I am not the biggest school defender by any means. I hate school. I hate going to school. I hate being at school. But at least learn something while you're there. I try and learn something new while I'm in school every day. There are classes where I genuinely fucking enjoy being active in, where I feel my brain getting stimulated when I learn in that class. So I don't know how it is in American schools. I would suppose that a large majority of people probably watch short form content throughout class, probably like fucking nicotine breaks. Uh, which is the next point. This shit is an addiction, right? I had a very hard time getting off short content. Okay, I had to play long form games for a very long period of time to get off that. A very big help in this case was of Mario 64, right? That carried me. Ocarina of Time on the N64 as well. Uh, on the 3DS, Rayman Origins. That's a very fun game. It's a Wii game on the 3DS, but it's fun. And yeah, long form shit so that I can get used to getting focused on something for a long period of time. And then I applied that into school to get my grades up because before my GPA or my grades were fucking terrible. I was genuinely a retard. In a class of 26 people, I was number 22. A large reason for that was because instead of focusing in any class, I used to just play Clash Royale or fucking scroll reels all day. Get the day to pass by as fast as humanly possible. Absorb nothing and just sit there. No fucking wonder I was fucking depressed. Hello? And I know that a lot of fucking people in our generation are going through this. I can see this going on in my school today. You know, not to the extent I was in, because I used to smoke weed in class as well. But you know, it was it got bad. It got bad. Last point of this video that I would like to make, which I think is a very important point. When you get on Instagram Reels, I think it's the worst there by far. You get a shit ton of just freaked out, horny content and fucking thirst traps and a bunch of shit like that. And listen, you know, I am a freak. I love vagina, okay? I don't love getting vagina on my phone at 9 a.m. on the toilet when I'm trying to see some fucking MW2 clips, okay? Your titties are not going to influence my morning in a positive way. I can assure you on that. I have somebody to do that job for me, and I have zero desire to see this shit. Even when I was single, I had no desire to see this shit. Right? It's not that, oh, all of a sudden I have a girlfriend and I don't want to see other women's fucking parts. No, I think it's weird in general. There are kids on these platforms. I know, you know, my younger brother, my best friend's younger brother, and other siblings use platforms like TikTok, like Instagram Reels, like YouTube Shorts. And there is so much of that type of content on there. And you know, I'm no one's parent, but I think more parents should be catching on to this. It would really benefit their kids if they got off of these platforms. They are genuinely the most unhealthy thing for their developing brains right now. I know kids 10, 11 years old, even before that, 8, 9, who are just glued to these screens. They can't focus in school. They can't do anything. Most kids can't do anything. Let's get that out of the way. 8 and 9 year olds aren't the most productive people out there. You know, I used to fucking play Plants vs Zombies and read Diary of the Wimpy Kid books and draw penises in my fucking notebooks. Okay, I wasn't the most productive kid out there, but I had fun. I wasn't glued to a screen all the time. You know, the only screen access I had at that time was a TV in my room, and I would hide. I would hide in my room and watch Club Winks and Powerpuff Girls so that my parents wouldn't think I was gay. I have very vivid memories of that. And you know, I'm no genius, but sexual content like that cannot be good for these kids at all. You know, and that's one of the reasons why I won't let my kids, if I have kids and don't become fat and gay, I won't let my kids be on the internet until they're like conscious and shit. Like at least 12. I hope they're conscious by 12, right? Point is, this is really bad for kids. This is not only really bad for kids, this is really bad for adults and teenagers too. So yeah, I think that I have touched over most of the very, very bad things that short form content does to people. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any recommendations for other video ideas or anything you would like to hear from me, please drop them down in the comments. I want to interact with this community more, right? Because it is a very small community right now. We don't have many subscribers, so any sub helps, any like on the video helps. I don't like begging, but you know, I would like to keep making these videos and have the motivation to keep making these videos. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope the rest of you guys have a blessed day today. And yeah, I'm out.